Good morning, student. We are learning chapter number 4, heat. Student, in previous lecture, we have learned about transfer of heat. So we have learned about conduction. What is conduction? The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. And this process is mainly observed in case of solid substance. So how heat is transferred in solid? Heat is transferred in the solid by the method of conduction. We have performed activity 4.6. Then we have checked some of the substances, whether they allow heat to pass through them or whether they are not allowing heat to pass through them. On the basis of this property, we divided the substance into two categories, means object into two categories. One category is for conductors and the second category is known as insulator. Conductor, what are conductor? Those material which allow heat to pass through them easily are known as conductors. Example, all metals like aluminium, iron, copper, silver, gold, platinum, zinc. These are some metals. They allow heat to pass through them. That's why they are known as conductors. The second type of objects are insulator, poor conductor or bad conductor. Why they are known so? Because they do not allow heat to pass through them easily. That is why they are known as poor conductor, and poor conductor are also known as insulator, like wood, plastic, rubber. These are some material which do not allow heat to pass through them. That is why they are known as insulator. Then we have discussed about the second type of heat transfer, and that is convection. Convection. Student, we have performed activity 4.8. And in 4.8, we observed that substance like air, water, means gases and liquid, they cannot transfer the heat by the method of conduction. By the method of conduction. Conduction is only for solid substance. Then how heat will transfer in liquid and gas? There is another method. That method is known as convection. Convection. And what is the convection? We observed that in case of water, when water is heated, the water near the flame gets hot. Near the flame, look at the diagram 4.9. We have performed this activity. We are having a round bottom flask, fill 3/4 of that space with water and put some substance, potassium permanganate, and heat on a burner. So what we observe, when the water is heated, the water near the flame gets hot. The hot water rises up. Listen carefully, student. This method is very important because today's topic is totally based on convection. So when water is heated, the hot water rises up. The cold water from the side moves downward. From the side, move downwards. The water gets hot and rises up. And water from the sides Good morning, student. So today's topic is sea breeze and land breeze. And the second topic which we will discuss is the kind of clothes we wear in summer and winter. So let's start with today's topic. So first we will do activity 4.9. And what is the activity 4.9? Activity 4.9 is also based on the method convection. So we have performed in case of water. Now we will perform in case of air. Light a candle, keep one hand above the flame and one hand on the side of the flame. Do your hand feel equally hot? If not, which hand feel hotter and why? So there is a precaution. Be careful. Keep your hand at a safe distance from the flame so that they do not get burnt. So this is the activity. So now look at the diagram 4.10. 4.10. So student, notice that towards the top, the air gets heated by convection. Now look at carefully. We are talking about heating of air. Air is a gas. Water is a liquid. So by which method we can get hot the water? By the method of convection. Now air is heated by the method of convection, not conduction. The air gets heated by convection. Therefore, the hand above the flame feels hot. Hand above the flame feels hot. On the sides, however, there is no convection. The air does not feel as hot as at the top. How this will happen? Because the air above the candle flame gets heated and it rises up. It rises up. That is why we feel more hot on the hand above the candle flame. And the cool air from the side of the candle rushes toward the candle flame. Moves towards the candle flame. The same method we observed in case of water. What happened in water? The water above the candle flame gets hot and rises up. Look at the diagram. Yes, in this diagram, the water above the candle flame gets hot and rises up, and the cool water from the side comes towards the candle flame. In the same way, in this case, the air above the candle flame gets heated and rises upward. It gets heated and rises upward, and the cool air from the side move towards the candle flame, and it will get heated and rises up. It will get heated and rises up. This phenomena happens continuously. This process happens continuously. And what is this method? This method is convection. So this is the second type of heat transfer of heat, and this method is convection. Therefore, the hand above the flame feels hot on the side. However, there is no convection and air does not feel as hot as at the top. So student, the most important topic for today, sea breeze and land breeze. So we will learn this topic from this paragraph. So be careful, be attentive on this paragraph, and you have to underline this paragraph. Okay, so let's start. The people living in the coastal area experience an interesting phenomena. The people living the ocean side, the side of the ocean is known as the coastal area. Means if we discussed about our India, our east area means the Bay of Bengal, and the south area, the Hind Mahasagar, and the western area, the Arabian Sea. These are our coastal area. Okay, the area of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Kerala, Odisha, Tamil Nadu. These are our coastal areas. Okay, the people living in the coastal area experiences an interesting phenomena. And what is that phenomena? That phenomena is based on convection. So you have to remember the convection, the method convection. During the day, what happened during the day? The land get heated faster than the water. Obviously, water is having an interesting property. It takes time to get heated up. It take time. It take lots of time to get heated up, and on the other side, it take too much time to cools down. So it take more time to get heated up. It take more time to get cool down. This is the property of water. But what about land? land gets heated up very fast and it cools down very fast. This is the property of land. Land gets heated very fast, it cools down very fast. What is the property of water? Before doing this sea bridge and land bridge, you have to remember, you have a basic knowledge about land and water. These are the properties of land and water. Property of land is it gets heated up faster and it cools down faster. ये जल्दी से गर्म होगी, जल्दी से ठंडी होगी, ये धरती की प्रॉपर्टी है. एंड व्हाट इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ वाटर? it becomes hot very slowly. It takes more time as compared to land, and it cools down very slowly. It cools down very slowly. It take more time to cool down. Water take more time to cool down as compared to earth. So water की property है बेटा कि वो बहुत देर से गर्म होता है और देर से ठंडा होता है. धरती जो जल्दी से गर्म होती है, जल्दी से ठंडी होती है. Okay, so you have to remember this basic knowledge. Okay, so during the day the land gets heated faster than the water. The air above the land, now what will happen? Air above the land becomes hot and rises up in the same way as the air above the candle. Okay, so these two topics will go parallel. You focus about the candle, the case of candle, and we will discuss about the case of earth. Okay, the same. Earth, during the day the land gets heated faster than the water. The air above the land, what will happen? Air above the land becomes hot, and hot air become lighter, and lighter air will rises upward, the cooler air from the sea. Now what about the air above the sea? Air above the sea is cool as compared to the air above the land. So now during the day, the cooler air from the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. Rushes in, the meaning of rushes means moving in towards the land to take its place. The same phenomena happen in case of candle. The air above the candle flame becomes hot and rises upward, and the cool air from the side rushes toward the candle flame to take its place. The same phenomena will happen in case of land and water. The air above the land is hot and it becomes lighter and it rises up. Now the air above the water, air above the sea is cooler. So the cooler air from the sea moves towards the land to take its place. So now from where to where the air is moving, wind is moving, it is moving from sea towards the land, from the sea towards the land. That is why it is known as sea breeze. So during the daytime, sea breeze will blow. Sea breeze will blow. The air will blow from the sea towards the land, from the sea towards the land. And at what time? During the daytime. During the daytime. Why? Because during the daytime, earth means the land become hotter as compared to the water, as compared to the sea. And the air above the land will become hot and it will become light and it rises up. So the cool air from the sea move towards the land, from the sea move towards the land, the air from the sea move towards the land, and this is called sea breeze. This is called a sea breeze. Okay, student. So this is called sea breeze. To receive the cooler sea breeze, the window of the houses in the coastal area are made to face sea. That is the reason in the coastal area, all the windows are facing towards sea, facing towards sea. Why? To receive this cooler air. Breeze, air, wind, these are the same name. Moving air is known as wind and sometimes it is known as breeze. Okay, and what will happen at the night? At night, the process will reverse. The process will reverse. So student, what will happen at the night? At night, it is exactly the reverse. Exactly the reverse. What will happen? The water cools down more slowly. Now, during the daytime, water receives the heat. And due to the heat, it is becomes hot. It is become hot. Now it take time to cool down. But what happened to the land? It becomes cooler very quickly. Now the air above the land is cool. Air above the water is warm. So the air above the water gets hot, becomes lighter, and it will rises up. Air above the water, air above the sea becomes hot, it becomes lighter, and it will rises up. It will rises up. So now the cool air from the land moves towards sea, and this will happen at night. At night, remember student, at night, the breeze means the air from the land move towards sea, move towards sea. That is why this is known as land bridge. This is known as land bridge. So student, you have to remember that sea breeze, the phenomenon of sea breeze will take place during the daytime, and the air will move from water, from sea towards the land during the daytime. Because during the daytime, land becomes hot and air above the land becomes hot and it will rises up. So the cool air from the sea move towards land. At night, it will reverse, exactly the reverse. At night, the air moves from land towards the sea. Why? Because water takes so much time to cool down. Now, and the air and the land becomes cool very quickly as compared to the water. So the air above the land is cool, air above the water is warm, hot. So air above the water becomes hot and it will rises up. It will rises up. To take its place, the cool air from the land move towards sea. The cool air from the land move towards sea. So this movement of air from land towards sea is known as land bridge. And student, this phenomena will happen at night. And that is why this is known as land bridge, because the air is moving from land towards sea, sea. So this is very interesting and very important topic, land bridge and sea bridge. So you have to remember. So student, underline this whole paragraph and you have to learn this. Write at least 2 or 3 times in your practice notebook. And also draw the diagram of land bridge and sea bridge. Now you can understand this very well. So when we come out in the sun, we feel warm. How does the heat from the sun reaches us? These are the questions. It cannot reaches us by conduction or convection. There is no medium such as air in most part of the space between earth and sun. Yes. Now the third type of heat transfer we will discuss. So before discussing the third type, there are some questions. And student, remember one thing, more and more question you will put, more and more answer you will get. So do not learn answer. Make your question. Yes, make your question. जब आप क्वेश्चन बनाएंगे बेटा, तभी उसके आंसर आप ढूंढ पाएंगे. सो आंसर कभी लर्न नहीं करने, क्वेश्चन बनाइएगा. क्वेश्चन सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन पुट कीजिएगा. पुट योर क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट, देन seek your answer. I'm using the word seek, not search. Okay. So when we comes out in the sun, we feel warm. This will happen usually when you go outside, you feel warm. The heat is coming from sun. So now we have discussed about 2 methods. The first method is happen in solids. So from sun to land, there is no solid medium. There is no solid material that directly connected from sun to the earth. No such, like there is no road which is one end is connected to the sun and other end is connected to the earth. Is there any this type of road? Is there any material? No. So the method of conduction will not happen. So we will eliminate the first method. And about the second method, we observe that the second method means the method of convection will happen only in gases and water, gases and liquid. We can say gases and liquid. But up to how many kilometer or up to how much height we are having air? It is up to a several kilometer. Means about the 2 or 3 kilometer, there is a very thin air around the earth. And up to 10 to 20 kilometer, almost no air around the earth. So air around the earth is in a limited way, and the most of the space between earth and sun is empty. That is why it is known as space, empty. No gas is there, no material is there, no medium is there. So now there is a third method which comes into play. The first method, conduction, will not happen because there is no solid material, no medium. The second method, convection, it needs gases or liquid material, means some medium should be there, some material medium should be there. So the second method will not also take place because most of the space between earth and sun is empty. So now the question comes, so how, by which method the heat from the sun is coming to us? The heat from the sun is coming to us. That is the third method. And the third method is beta, that is radiation. The third method is radiation. The third method is radiation. From the sun, the heat comes to us by another process known as radiation. Okay, student, we will discuss about radiation. But before discussing, just look at the diagram. During the daytime, we are having a sea, and on the right hand side, we are having a land. So the air is moving from sea towards land, cool air from the sea moving towards the land, and the hot air rises up. This phenomena will take place during the daytime. That is why in your picture, in your diagram, sun is there. And the second method, land bridge, it will happen at night. At night, we are having star, beautiful star in the sky, and dark light is there. You can draw moon also, but do not draw sun at all, because at night there is no sun. There is no sun. Most of most of the part in the earth, during the night time there is no sun. So the air is moving from land towards the sea. That is why it is known as land bridge. So these two diagram you have to draw along with the definition of sea bridge and land bridge. So now, student, we will discuss about radiation. What will happen in a radiation? In radiation, the heat does not require any material medium. It will not require any material medium. I will take some example of our daily life. Okay, so that you can compare that process very easily. I will take first example of room heater. So student, what will happen in a room heater? In room heater, heat is producing by the heating element. The heating element becomes red hot. You see the heating element becomes red hot, and you will receive the heat from that heating element to your body. But in between, there is air. Air is a poor conductor of heat. But we still getting heat. By which process? Conduction? No. Convection? No. The third method, radiation, because it does not require any material medium. The heat will directly flow from the source of heat to the receiving end. The source is room heater, and we are the receiver. We receive the heat. That method is the radiation. In the same case, when you are near the okay, I'm taking the example of, means during the marriage time, when you go near the कोल भट्टी, आप सभी ने देखा होगा कोयले की जो भट्टी होती है, आप उसके नजदीक जाते हैं, क्या होता है, कोयले से डायरेक्ट हीट आती है आपका. That method is also known as radiation. Now I'm taking the third example, which is the most important example, means our sun. Our sun is the main source of heat and light and energy. So forget about light. We are discussing about the heat. So heat from the sun is coming towards the earth by the process of radiation, because sun is generating heat. It is throwing heat. It is throwing heat to our earth and we are receiving that heat. So this method is radiation. Now student, I am taking a very interesting example of your daily life. In single example, the whole three method will be revised. Okay, consider a situation. You are sitting in your classroom, and in a row there are 7 benches. Bench first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And the first student wants to send the book at the last student. So how will you send that your book from the first bench to the last bench? From the first bench to the last bench. Think about this. How will you send the book from the first bench to the last bench? How many way you can create? Think about this. Okay, I will help you. There will be three methods. The first method will be the first student will give book to the second student without moving. You are not moving at all. You are just passing the book from first bench to the second bench. Second student will give it to the third. Third will give it to the fourth. Fourth will give it to the fifth, and fifth to the sixth. Sixth to the seventh. This is the method of passing the book from one student to the another student, but no student is moving at all. No student is moving. All the students are keep sitting on their benches, but book is transferred from first bench to the last bench. So student, this is our method of conduction. The same process will happen in solid. The same process will happen in solid. The heat will transfer from first particle to the last particle, because all the material are made up of particles. Some type of particles are there. The first particle is transfer the heat to the second and third and fourth, and in this way the heat is transferring from the first particle to the last particle. In the same way, the book is transferred from the first student to the seventh student, means the last student, but no student is moving at all. They are just passing the book. This is the method of conduction. What could be the second method? The second method could be that the first student will pick the book and it will move itself and move to the last student and give that book to the last student. In second case, student is moving from first position to the last position. Student is moving itself. It pick the book and move to the last student. This method is convection. The same phenomena will happen in case of liquid and gases, that the particle which get heated up, it will moves upward. We do two activity. In case of water, in case of candle flame, air, the water near the candle flame, air near the candle flame gets heated and rises up, moves upward, moves upward. The same case here, the first student pick the book and move to the last student. Now the student is moving. The second method is convection. So student, this is your general daily life situation. You can relate with this situation, your method of conduction and convection. The second method is convection. Okay, now what about the third situation by which you can move that book from first bench to the last bench? Obviously, in case of book, I'm not preferring this method. But now I'm taking ball, football. Yes, because that is not allowed to throw a book. Now I'm taking an example of football, or you are having a ball, a tennis ball. Now you have to move the tennis ball from first bench to the last bench. How will you move? By throwing. The third method is by throwing. You are not moving at all. You are not passing that ball to the next student and next student. You can just simply throw from first bench to the last bench. But I'm not taking book. Listen carefully. I'm not taking book. In this case, the example is ball, because throwing a book is not a good idea. That's why I'm taking the ball. In third case, I am taking ball, a tennis ball. So you can just throw that tennis ball from first bench to the last bench, and your work is done. You are not moving at all, means no conduction is there. No convection is there. You are not passing that ball, no conduction is there. You are not moving at all, no convection is there, but you are throwing the ball from first bench to the last bench. And student, this is our method of radiation. This is our method of radiation. So isn't it interesting? Yes, very interesting. So the third method is radiation. Now take the example of sun. Sun is the main source. Sun is throwing its heat energy. Sun is throwing its heat energy towards the earth, and we are receiving that energy. And that method is radiation. So you can compare this situation with the example, daily life example, which we have given to you. So student, always remember this example. This is a very interesting and very important example of your daily life. You can do this. And now think, is there any fourth method? You can move that book or that ball from first bench to the last bench. If there any method, we will discuss in next lecture. Okay, student. So next lecture will be start on this topic. What is the fourth method to move that ball or book from first bench to the last bench? This is your homework. You have to think about this and keep your question with yourself and discuss with me. And always remember, student, learning an answer is not a good idea. Always put your question that will enhance your skill and your knowledge, everything. So always put question, do not cramp or do not remember or do not learn answers. Answer could be anything, but questions are important. Okay, student, take care.